Hey guys, welcome back to a DIY home improvement style video. I have quite the to-do list, a little Mod Podge of like loose ends, finishing work, and small DIY projects that need to be done all around the house that I've been putting off for far too long because they wouldn't necessarily constitute an entire piece of content on their own, but they've got to get done. So today we're going to get them done. We have some painting and some drywall repair work that I need to do. I'm hoping to also be able to swap out the cabinets or the cabinet fronts in the kitchen that were damaged when the countertops were installed. They've been waiting for literally months and I don't know what's taking me so long, but the boxes are just piled up, taking up so much space. So I need to just go ahead and get that done. I also need to swap out our smoke detectors. We took them down when we were painting and then lost them. So they have to be replaced. I've never done anything like that before, so I hope that it's just super easy because otherwise we might be learning a new skill together today, but we'll figure it out. I'm sure that it'll be okay. So we are going to get all of these things done together and start checking off items on the home improvements to-do list. So I feel like it just makes sense to start here in the kitchen with something that should be a really quick and easy fix. When we had the kitchen countertops installed, they are quartz, or actually I think they're called silestone countertops from the Home Depot. The installation team dented this cabinet front or drawer front, whatever this is. It's a utensil drawer, pretty badly right here, and these aren't solid wood, so I couldn't just like sand it down and touch it up with some paint. It has to be completely replaced. We made a claim. The cabinet people like sent it to us from the claim and everything, and I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked at it too much, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's just held on with these screws here, so it should be a really quick and easy fix, just with a plain old screwdriver, put it right on, but I've been avoiding it, who knows for what reason. We're gonna get it done right now though. Over in this corner are the boxes that the cabinet people sent us. There are so many of them. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure why there's so many for that one drawer. I'm hoping they just sent like some extra supplies or something, but this is really why I've been avoiding it. I'm like, what is in those things? But it's time to just open them up, see what's in there, and get it swapped out. So this is what they sent. This is a touch-up kit with one of those like touch-up sticks, and then I think this is paint in here. They also sent this drawer front and hinges, and I'm not quite sure why. I don't think that anything is wrong with this drawer here. It doesn't close all the way flush right there, so I think that's just from the hinges maybe being improperly installed to begin with or something, but there's like no cracks or anything, so I might not actually even use those. But they did send this to replace, and this is the front of it and this is the back, and there's no holes for where to screw everything in, so I think I'm gonna have to take this off and maybe use it as a template or something. I'm sure I should probably pre-drill holes, but I don't have anything to do that with, so hopefully this works out. Okay, so since there are no markings on the new one for where to put the screws, I think my best bet is going to be to measure from the old one and then, you know, make that mark on here and line it up. I'm not a professional at installing cabinets or like installing drawer fronts or anything, so that's all I can think to do to make sure that it's where it needs to be and also level, because that's something I'm worried about, is installing it on there crooked. These screws though are very small. Look at how tiny they are. So I don't think any pre-drilling is necessary. And it's wild to me that this is what's holding all of these drawer fronts on. That is just crazy. So anyway, I'm going to try measuring and fingers crossed that works. Well, that worked a lot better than I thought it was going to. This is even and level. This one still opens, this one still opens, and of course, this one opens and it feels super secure. It's not wiggling or anything. All I did was mark these top two, and then once I got those installed, this just sat level and I didn't have to measure or mark those. They just kind of fell into place. It was a little bit difficult on this side installing the screws because it's so close. This is just a couple of inches away from the stove, so I couldn't really get my head back there to see or anything, but overall it's like a 5-minute fix. I don't know why I've been avoiding it. Now I can throw this one out. I need to clean up all of this recycling, and I'm not sure if we're going to do anything with this or not, so I think I'm going to store it away until we decide, but this isn't bothersome enough to me for me to try to figure out the whole drawer slide, because it's not the front, it's like the hinges, which are hidden, difficult to get to, and I mean, they've already drilled the holes in there, so if it's too close together, it would just create a huge hole in the cabinet box. So we probably won't do anything, but I will store this away in the meantime, just in case we decide. And of course, we'll keep this for future dents, nicks, or scratches. Okay, so the next thing that I need to do is finish painting in our little like kitchen table dining area. I painted part of it in my kitchen makeover, and then another part of it in my like DIY accent wall, where I did this accent wall over here, and then this whole part I just didn't finish the paint on the walls. I think probably because I just wasn't feeling well. When I do those big projects, it takes a lot out of my body, so I just didn't do it. But in hindsight, I should have, because it's probably going to take me maybe 15 minutes after I get the prep work done. I have to caulk and then also do a little bit of drywall repair in this door frame. So this door frame in between kind of our dining area and goes into our entryway and our living room. I painted this side when I did the entryway makeover, but I did not paint this side. So you can see where some of the new Swiss coffee, and then this is the old agreeable gray. And part of the reason I didn't paint it is because it's got this chip right here and right here, and I want to repair that instead of just painting over it and leaving a divot, because you can see I painted over this when I did the agreeable gray and it just looks bad. So I'm going to use this Drydex spackling. It's so easy. It's my favorite because it goes on pink and then you know it's dry and ready to sand and paint over when it turns completely white. So there's no like guesswork involved. It's very beginner friendly. But anyway, I'm just going to use a little putty knife and fill in all of this damage right here, wait for it to dry and sand it down, and then I can paint it. And then one last prep step, I need to caulk this baseboard here, and that one because I just didn't do it when I was doing the rest of the kitchen. This is the caulk that I like to use. It's the Alex Fast Dry by DAP, and it's paintable in 20 minutes, so there's not too much dry time or downtime. So I'm going to go ahead and caulk this, and then I'll start painting, and I'll just paint top to bottom so that by the time I get to the bottom, this is dry and ready to be painted. So the last time that I was painting, I knew that I was going to have some touch-up work and some things to finish at a different time. So instead of just cleaning out my paintbrushes and my roller and going through all of that, a great hack if you know that you are going to be painting again very soon is to put your brushes and your roller in a Ziploc bag or a plastic bag even, get all of the air out of it, and then I just used a rubber band to secure it around the top, and that will prevent it from drying out or getting really gummy. And then when you're ready to do that finishing work, your second coat or paint again, then you can just take this out and roll it right on. And then of course, when you're all finished, you can either throw out or clean out any salvageable products. But just in case you didn't know about that, you can always use a Ziploc bag. I just left it out on the countertop this time, but you can also store them away in the fridge if it's going to be multiple days in between uses. And then this is the paint that I'm going to use. It's the Behr Ultra Scuff Defense Interior Satin Finish, and I have mine tinted to the color Swiss Coffee by Benjamin Moore at 75% strength. So it's about a half a shade lighter, but it's a really good warm neutral white. I've been painting the whole house this color, so I have about half a gallon left in here, and I know that's going to be plenty to finish up the wall space that I still have.
Some you know and some you don't. Don't blame me for being suspicious, but I see you need something else than what you want. I wish you could see yourself just like I do. Maybe you would know by now I really liked you. I'm not missing you. I'm not fooling myself just like you.
If this ever happens to you, don't panic. Just get a wet rag or like washcloth, paper towel, and make sure it's wet, not damp, and it will just clean right up off of a hard floor. Typically, I don't do things like that, but it's hard to paint through looking through a viewfinder instead of like in real life. But anyway, no big deal. And if you've got detailed trim like this, just use a roller brush, a tiny little roller brush instead of a paintbrush. It will go so much faster and the finish is so much smoother.
All you know is superficial. Some of it stays, some of it goes. Like a trend, you are a symbol of something no one ever will understand. I wish you could see yourself just like I do. Maybe you would know by now I really liked you. I'm not missing you. I'm not fooling myself just like you. I'd rather break my own thread like a needle I stitch you up just for you to tear it up again. I'm through. I'm not missing you. 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 I wish you could see yourself just like I do. Maybe you would know by now I really like you. I'm not missing you. I'm not fooling myself just like you. I'd rather break my own thread like a needle and stitch you up just for you to tear it up again. I'm through. I'm not missing you.
Okay, there is no change in the color now. All of the dining area has been painted except for these door frames here. because when I put the doors back on, they're going to be a different color, and the frame is also going to be a different color. Since that's a large stretch of wall, I can't really put any artwork or anything because of the bifold doors. I figured I'm just going to change the color of them to make a statement and not have it just be a blank white wall. So when I do the dining room makeover, you guys will see that. It should be coming up shortly, but this is all that I have left to do, and as you can see, this is all white now, so I can go ahead and sand this down and then paint this little strip, and that'll be all of the painting for today.
I know you don't mean to, but you're blocking my view. I know you got issues, but I got my shit too. I don't wanna be your therapy no more, no more. You don't wanna hear this, but it's you, it's not me. Ooh, gotta go and grab a spoon now. Ooh, make a life for myself. Ooh, I don't know what I'ma do now. Ooh, but I don't need your help. Get out of my way, my way. I'm moving on up. Don't make me stay, do stay. I'm done being stuck. Get out of my way, my way. I'm moving on up. The last thing I will ever do for you is wish you the best of luck. La 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 la, la 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 la.
Okay, we are all done. Everything in here is all white now and ready for me to be able to start filming that dining room makeover probably tomorrow. I'm so excited. Now I need to change out those smoke detectors, but I don't have any, so I need to go to the hardware store, find some, figure out the right ones, and then bring them back, and hopefully it's an easy fix because I've never done it before. Okay, so I ended up getting the 2-in-1. It's like a smoke detector and a carbon monoxide, is that what it is? Detector, because we had them in 2 separate places and this just makes more sense, but they are pricey. I did not realize how expensive things like this are, and this is the first time I've ever had to like replace them in our house, and that is wild. It always gets my blood boiling that things that are necessary, like it's a requirement, not an option to have these in your house. It's a requirement to like eat, you know, like food and things like that, and they are just so freaking expensive for no good reason. But anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting. Let me show you. This is the living room, and then into this hallway you can see up there used to be like a carbon monoxide detector, I think, not even a smoke detector, but we took the plate off so that we could paint because you're not supposed to paint on them, so we didn't want to get paint on it, and I have no idea where we put it. But since I got this one that's like a 2-in-1, I think I'm gonna be able to just take this down and then just patch up the hole. We won't need it. I'm not going to do it yet. You guys can tell me, am I wrong? Is it necessary to have one here and one here, or could I just like eliminate that one? But this is the one that I'm going to be replacing, and this thing is so old, doesn't work anymore, and so yellow. Do you see that color? Oh, it's so gross. So anyway, I'm going to take that down, replace it with this nice white one. I wish that it was a lower profile like the battery operated ones, but I guess the hardwired ones are always going to be bulky. Look at how crusty this thing is. This is so gross. A bug just fell out of there, and there are it's so much dust and cobwebs. It's so nasty. This thing must be as old as the house is. Okay, so because of this, like this thing doesn't just pop out, I think that I have to unhook it from the actual wires and then like rewire the new one instead of just using an adapter. So my understanding is that this just twists off and this comes apart. Hold on, I think I might need some pliers. Okay, so I got some needle nose pliers, and I also turned off the circuit breaker for right here because I don't want to get shocked by accident. Haha! I got the old one off. This is the new one that came with it, and there's a black wire here and a white wire here, but there's not an orange, and the instructions say that the orange is for like interconnected ones, so I guess these must not be interconnected. So I'm not going to use this one. I'm just going to use the black and the white. Right? And then here is the new plate. This is like the mounting bracket type of thing. That will go over that instead of that yellow one. Okay, so this is then the top portion that goes over there, and you can see that it tells you like which way to put the little thing in. So the black line, the orange, and the white. So the black needs to be on the top when you connect it, and then you just kind of like put it into place. Ooh, that looks so much better. It's not an eyesore anymore. I didn't spark anything or set the house on fire because we turned the electrical bracket back on, and it's fine. And it works. I can't believe I hooked that up right. That's so fun. Now I have a new skill. And now I can throw away this like very gross yellow thing. So nasty. I am so proud of myself right now. I can't believe that I did that, and I didn't need any help. I do have another one that we really did lose the front to it in the playroom in here, so I need to do that one. It's right here. But that one I don't think is original to the house, so I should be able to just use the adapter and not have to go through all of that like swapping it out and like rewiring it, turning off the breaker or whatever. So that one I think must have been the same brand as the one that I got for replacement, because I didn't even have to use an adapter or anything. It just plugged right in with no problem, which was very nice, but it was also dusty in there. So anyway, it feels good to finally kind of have that checked off of the list and not be worrying about it anymore and not having it like looming over my head. I don't know about you guys, but I'm such a procrastinator with certain things, especially things that I feel like are going to be difficult to figure out or I've never done before, and they can be serious like this, you know, like messing with electrical and wiring in your house. And then I just procrastinate and put it off to like an unhealthy and unsafe level. So that is just like such a weight lifted that I don't have to worry about that now, and they are completely done. But anyway, that is everything on my to-do list today. Like I said, all things that need to be done around the house, little tiny DIY projects that wouldn't be like an entire piece of content on their own, but could be helpful to show you just in case you have those random things that you need to do around your house as well. So hopefully today we learned together how to replace the doors on our cabinets and smoke detectors, and had some fun painting things that I've been putting off for far too long. But anyway, that is going to wrap up today's video. I need to get started on our dining room makeover. I think that's probably going to be the next video that you guys see here on my channel, and I am so excited about it. I've been collecting some things. It is super budget friendly. Like everything that we've been doing so far has just been so much out of pocket. So I tried to make this very manageable, very budget friendly. I came up with some ideas that I'm really excited about. And even though it's a very small space in my home, I feel like the transformation is going to be so big. Like it's just gonna have such a high impact, and I can't wait to share it with you. So make sure you're subscribed if you aren't already. If you did enjoy today's video, I would appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. That always helps my channel and my videos so much. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what's on your DIY little home improvements type of house list or honey-do list, if that's the way that you prefer to do it in your household. But anyway, thank you so much for choosing to spend your time here and hanging out with me today, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!